I went swimming, and I really don't feel like doing anything right now. So we're back at the end credits, and if you want me to sit and chat with you while we go over this game, I definitely will, because I need something to take me off what's been on my mind. Because there's been no distractions. I'm going insane. I just realized I might be tripping my shit over some things and misinterpreting some events, but sickness can be an awful thing. Especially physical illness. As far as the game goes, I love this world to be. I kind of wish this is where I was right now. I would have different problems in my life. And frankly, just probably wouldn't fucking have time for anything. Other than just being the best fucking brave out there. That'd be cool as fuck. I mean, the other Braves weren't as, like, dedicated as Aloy was. They didn't have that drive to try harder, push longer, keep going. That motivation really made her real badass. She's like, nope, I don't have a choice. I gotta survive. As many times as we died, the reality of her situation is probably more human than we think. You know. And that's why I like video games, is you get to try again and again to do the same thing, the same event, you know, and reality doesn't give us that. So having that option while playing video games is something they're trying to take away in some games. That's why Bloodborne and Dark Souls have been made to where it's like, you gotta be good. You gotta be good. Always. You have the best gear. You know, you can try again, but you're not going to finish the game unless you're really fucking good. So, strategy guides, intense strategy guides, and roles have been important. You know, in what martial arts I've done, being able to move away from your opponent does kind of provide opportunities to strike. Sometimes if we're not just thinking about striking, you know, striking points open up to us, and as long as we focus on dodging, you know, here's a moment, bam, strike. And that's when you know you can. You know, and usually when I think about fighting, I always think about fighting a human, so having these animal elements are different, you know, they're crazy. So, yeah, I guess in my personal life, as far as how it relates to things, you know, video games in general teach me how to face my demons. And I was just reading over this letter that I just handed my assault, as I refer to her as. You know, she made me emotionally upset and physically ill. In a way, I can honestly say, maybe I don't hate her, but my body definitely does. Like, when I see her, I want to, like, the only thing stopping me is social circles, you know. It's not, you know, and I don't mean to say that as in I want to hurt somebody, but her actions made me want to hurt her, and I know she has the right to not want to be with me. That's totally fine. That's not what this is about. This was about an unconsented act where I was exposed and made ill by her activities. And I had told her, for specific reasons, I did not want to be involved with her if she was involved with somebody else. And she did not make it clear enough that she was involved with someone else. Because saying things like, I called somebody, is not the same thing as, I called somebody, and we fucked, you know, and I'm done with you. Literally saying the words, I called somebody, so that's it. When I'm busy, not even focused on her, you know, she's just saying it at random moments, you know, and somehow while I'm busy, I'm supposed to translate this whole secret code of, I called somebody, that's it. Which, that to me just sounds like you called somebody, and that's it. How am I supposed to go, you called somebody, and you fucked him, and you've been fucking him, and oh, by the way, I put his cum in your mouth, by the way, I just blew him, and I'm kissing you, you know, I didn't clean my mouth, you know, I just told you, you know, I'm telling you as I'm doing it, you know, and I'm doing it, and I'm saying things in whispers, and I'm whispering it so, I'm whispering so low, that you don't have a chance to respond, or even hear what I'm saying, but I'm telling you. And that's okay. That makes it okay. It doesn't. It doesn't make it okay. If I'm whispering into your ear, I'm raping you. I'm violating you. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. That's exactly what she did. And she didn't physically harm me as far as like cause physical damage. She did actually hurt me. Like, she actually caused a massive infection inside my junk, which I don't blame her for. It was a previous medical issue that was made worse by negligence. So that's not what this is about per se. It is a part of the story, but that's not what I'm trying to make it about, you know. And me talking to her has not been able to communicate to her, like, you put some dude's, like, she saved it in a bag for the sole purpose of giving it to me. She went out of her way to do it. That's why it's violating. I didn't ask for it. She just went, oh, you must like that I'm fucking somebody else because I told you I called somebody. You must like him too. That's her reasoning. That's what I was told by her own words. The words that she whispered along the way that I didn't understand because none of it made any sense to me. She just made random statements at times that apparently were part of one long conversation I was not aware we were having. She would just suddenly chime in with a different thought, a non-specific, very generalized thing that could have been taken every time she spoke. It could be meant something else. Could mean something else. So I called somebody. That's it. Literally to me, just says you called somebody. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. It doesn't mean I called somebody and I fucked them. That's two separate statements. That's not what this is about. She's allowed to go fuck someone. Dude, okay, cool. You don't want me? Fine. But go away. Don't get me involved. I didn't want to be involved in that. You know, she brought him to me. I didn't go to him. And honestly, I don't think he was a part of it. I don't even think he knew what was happening. She probably just did it. I don't know what her thinking was. She obviously wasn't. She was just in her own fucking world. This is what I do. God, I hate fucking druggies. And she didn't even seem like she was that kind of fucked up. You know, and then I have here in the summary of my letter to her: 1, you committed a crime against me. 2, I was unaware of it until months later due to illness. I was sick. I was physically ill from the injury that she caused me that she knew about, but I hadn't figured out because the pain was disorienting. I couldn't. Literally, if we ever tried anything, it would hurt, and she would just keep going, and she knew it was hurting me, but I couldn't, like, communicate because I was in pain. She knew I was in pain. She didn't care. So when I passed out afterward, it wasn't because it was that good. I passed out because I needed to escape the pain. Again, not what this is about. But it was a part of the story. I was so delirious to a degree after that day. And so I give her the opportunity to really just be like, you know, maybe I was just so out of it, I agreed to it. But I'm here to write to tell you. There are many instances here that make me think that you tried to hide the idea from me. And in the instance that you did attempt to communicate, it is not an effective form of communication. And I state in the letter, you had the stuff already in your mouth when you were asking me. I didn't understand what you said. I thought you said gum. It is totally acceptable of me to believe that there was gum in your mouth. So I consented to having some gum, to which you handed me a bag with nothing in it. And then you kissed me. Number 4, I tolerate you enough to not lose my job. That's all I care about when she's around. Meaning I will do everything in my power to make sure I keep my job. I shouldn't have to be the one to leave. Number 5, don't touch me. Don't fucking touch me. Capital letters. Number 6, I can't discuss this with you at work due to a harassment agreement we have set in place. Number 7, use of this letter as an example of harassment is void, as it is more informative of your inappropriate behaviors towards me. Amendum A. Sharing this letter requires the reader have access to the entirety of the letter in its completion, meaning she can't give parts of the letter to someone else. Each page is numbered, and it literally says page number blank of blank, and it's 13 pages, and each page has this page number on it. So if she tries to hand a piece of the letter, or, you know, an incomplete letter, somebody who is reading it will know it's only part of a full thing. That's how much I had to think into it. Amendment B. Copy has been made for my own legal records. Meaning if she tries to make something out of this, I have a copy too of the same letter. And you don't try to fuck with me. Because I'm saying these things for a legal reason. This is what's, I guess, legally referred to as a legal notice. Number 8. I am aware of the possibility of falsified recording you may or may not have attempted to create over a phone conversation. This happened. She mentioned something about a recording. She mentioned some kind of messing up of a recording. She invented the idea of the recording herself to me, because I never made any instance or mention of a recording that would make her think that I was recording her. And if she was worried about a recording, what was she saying? Why would she have to worry about it if what she was saying wasn't a problem? Why would I have to use that against her? And the things I'm saying that she said in that conversation, where she whispered and mumbled, and I state this in here: you attempted to falsify my consent by mumbling and whispering, or by removing your mouth from the phone receiver. Meaning I'm saying she might have had a recording device and a phone at the same time, and she would either take the phone away and speak into it. So in the recording, it sounds like she said it, but the phone was over here, to where I could barely hear what she was saying, or she was whispering. If she wasn't recording, she was definitely whispering. So maybe she thought I was recording her. Regardless, the things she whispered included the words, "You like the taste of cum." There's still hope for you. You like that. That's the sentence. There's a full sentence. There's still hope for you. You like the taste of cum. To which I replied, "The what? The taste of... I can't hear you. I don't understand what you're saying." You know, my conversation that I was trying to have with her is, you're mumbling a lot and whispering all the time. I'm trying to make sense of what you're saying to me so that we can communicate properly, so that I don't have to stand here all awkward like, what the fuck? What's happening? I just want to know what's happening and why. Why are you done talking to me? Like, out of nowhere, things didn't make any sense to me. It was just all of a sudden cut off. And I get that's a breakup. But we worked together, and she hadn't communicated a breakup. She communicated, you know, it's the holidays, I'm going to be really busy with stuff, you know, we're not going to be able to see each other for a while. And I was like, okay. To her, that's a breakup. To me, that just says, we're going to be, and she'll be like, it's only been 2 weeks, and you're already freaking out. I'm like, no, I'm just making sure of what the fuck you're talking about. I'm like, you know, like, cause you're saying other things, like, I'm hearing other things about you fucking another dude, you know, I'm just trying to reiterate, you know, when am I going to see you? Am I going to see you? Is this it? And I understand if that is part of a breakup or not part of a breakup. She'd just be like, oh, he's freaking out, bail now, you know, which girls do, you know, that's fine, whatever. Just fucking tell me. Which apparently, even though she was saying that everything was okay, we're good, what she took that as, oh yeah, the same thing every time she asked me if we were okay and good. Apparently she had broken up with me a long time ago, and I hadn't known. Not that we were together, but I can't say breakup, and I knew that. I'm not saying I was the obsessive kind. I was just like, are we done? Are you done talking to me? Like, I'm just trying to communicate so I can leave you alone if that's what you want. I'm just making sure I'm not wasting my time here by thinking that we're going to hang out again and things are going to carry on from where we were. So when I ask questions, you can't call me a creep. I'm just trying to clarify. And I don't like those insults. Don't call me a fuck creep. I'm trying to get communication out of you. If you can't communicate, that's not my fucking problem. You're making it my fucking problem. Which a lot of this has to do with communication. Communication is clear as fuck. You can't misinterpret, and you have a record of exactly what I said. It's right fucking in front of you. And this was for my own records too, because now she can't change this. She can't modify it. I have a copy and I go, here it is. This is the same letter. Whatever she's got, it has to be the same thing as this, because this is what I sent her. And if it doesn't match, then we have reason to believe that she's falsifying records, which gives me possible reason to doubt, which is enough reason to doubt all of her fucking evidence. She can't use this against me, and that's how you create evidence in court cases. You make sure you have evidence that can't be used against you. So by listing her evidence as falsified evidence in my evidence, by making her aware that I know about it, how else would I know about it if it exists? And I say that I'm aware of a possibility. So I don't know what you were saying or what you were doing, what you mentioned about the recording, because you kept whispering and your communication is garbage. Plus, I'm also dealing with an illness now, because on top of my fucking physical damage that I received in the beginning of the relationship that we had engaged in, she had exposed me to the biological fluids of another male, and I believe that that action that I did not consent to made me physically ill, with the combination of what I already had of pre-existing, though brought on by her condition. And if you're lost, pretty much, I had some physical damage in my crotch from a long time ago that she made worse during sexual activity, which caused, I'm guessing, an infection of some sort, or the pain itself was so great I became slightly hindered emotionally and mentally, meaning the pain was so great that I might have been, I don't want to use delusional, but impaired. And I'm also making the statement that she was aware of it, that I had a physical impairment, because according to her, she was the one that informed me that I had the erectile dysfunction associated with my injury. But she was right. That is a proper medical diagnosis. That is what happened. That is not what this is about. This is about the unconsented act of biological assault. That's it. That is it. That is all this is about. I don't want to get back together. I don't miss you. I don't want to be friends. I've made that clear. I can't be friends with you. Stop trying to be friends with me. Don't touch me. It's all here. If my intent was for that, I would have wrote to get back together or want to be involved in a relationship of any sort with her. It would be in here. But I've made it clear. Stay the fuck away from me. And this is why. Because you took acts upon yourself under your own delusions, under your own preconceived perversions that this was something I consented to, which it wasn't, because there was no consent, and I never would have consented to it. And you can use this as a record if you want, run. Of a previous statement made by yourself. Thank God for the dates on here that we can utilize. Finally to say that it is that these videos are a part of my life, and if events happen in my life, I discuss them on here. And I'm sorry if you did something against me that I did not agree with, and I make it up here, but my intent was, I have not focused on your name. I have mentioned your name once, on accident. Not your full name. So when I carry on with my letter, or my summary, I list, I'm aware of your evidence, or the possibility of your evidence, based on whatever you... I said, I'm saying how you did it. And B, Amendment B, this possible recording, if presented, will be used as evidence against you. Because I know the things that I say don't line up with what it says exactly this. I'm saying that in that recording, if it exists, I'm saying, I don't understand you, I'm trying to communicate, but you keep mumbling. And her response to those statements are, you're messing up my... Something about messing up a recording. And then she kept saying, you consented. Did you consent? And I'm like, I don't know what I'm consenting to. All I'm saying is I'm not consenting to anything involving another man. If you're I'm taking away your consent to be I don't want to be with you. You know. That's what this is about. And I'm gonna be honest. If I'm nuts and crazy and imagine this whole fucking event, she needs to stay away from me anyway. It's just another good reason for her to stay away from me. Just stay the fuck away from me. That's what I want. Do not come near me. And she has. She wanted to discuss the letter after I gave it to her. She wanted to clarify. She was worried. She was asking about the condom reference. My reference to the condom was she made statements that I had a small dick. She constantly mentioned and brought up the small dick documentaries, and even there is a woman in one of those videos that put some dude's cum in the other dude's mouth because he has a small dick. She said it was the only hope for him, that she was helping him. Quote unquote, Nicole. Herself. And I even say it, said you were helping me. And it's the same reason you did. I'm saying that you had an obsession with talking about these documentaries. I'm saying in that documentary somebody did exactly what you did. I'm saying you were motivated by those actions, and you found it suitable for it to happen because of whatever perversion you had yourself. You're saying that because you think my dick is small, you're allowed to do this. So I brought up in here, as a big fuck you, I wear a Magnum XL, fuck off. And it doesn't even cover the whole thing. Of course, it's useless when you have erectile dysfunction, and when your injury is literally shrinking the size of your dick, and you can't get an erection. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's no scientific backing or correlation between flaccid penis and erect dick. You can have a tiny flaccid dick and it be a huge dick. And thank God I'm one of those guys. I'm not saying my flaccid is tiny. I'm saying at the time of my injury, at its greatest, caused my flaccid as a... what's the word? I gotta get ready for work. As a... subscription, what is it? I think I say the word in here. Side effect. As a side effect of my injury, it shrunk my flaccid, or made my flaccidity. It shrunk my dick. It did. Because I remember being much bigger. I have photographic evidence of that. And I'm saying that the injury was not like that prior to being involved with her. But anyway, my point being, she asked about the condom, in which case I didn't bother with an explanation because it was not what it was about. She asked me to clarify. I specifically used the words, "You put some dude's cum in my mouth," and her response was, "Nobody put any serum in anybody's mouth. The only serum that went in anybody's mouth was your serum in my mouth." What serum? There was no serum. I said cum, which means, are you trying to say the word semen? I didn't say this. I came to the conclusion that, when you're a pathological liar, she knows what the word is. She knows the word is semen. And you don't mess up a word 3 times. And if you are, I just think you're lying. So to me, it's just another... I think she's just lying. I told her it didn't need to be discussed. I was there. Pretty much saying that I'm a witness to the event. Oh my god. What's happening right now? Hades will return.
Hello, old friend. Remember me? We've still so much to discuss. So much you never revealed. Your masters, for example. The ones who sent the signal that woke you. Knowledge has its rewards, don't you think? Well, let's begin.
What? What? Oh my god. Thank you for changing my fucking thought process right now. Video game. Alright. I didn't know they had ideas for a sequel. And Miss Princess Deha, I'm just letting you know, I'm not going to subscribe to you because you don't talk in your videos. For all I know, you're a dude pretending to be a girl to get more subscribers because, you know, you have a cute chick on there. Get a microphone and prove that you're a female, and maybe I'll actually give a shit. I mean, add some content other than you just playing. And I understand this is just about casting yourself, but put yourself on it, and I might follow. Put your face on it, not just your pictures. Prove it's you. Maybe then I'll find it interesting. And I'm not saying my casts are like much more interesting and you should subscribe to me, but you should subscribe to me because you want to. I'm not going to tell you what to do. And I know I sit here and play with my shirt off. That's just how I play video games, and it's not to show off. I'm just comfortable. Oh yeah, ultra hard completed, trophy earned, what? That's what I get. Now I don't need to play this game ever again, because I played on its hardest difficulty. Congratulations on defeating Hades and protecting Gaia's dream on the Earth. And protecting Gaia's dream of an Earth reborn. Okay. The state of the world has been restored to just before the looming shadow prior to the final battle for Meridian. You keep all loot and experience from your successful playthrough. Additionally, New Game Plus has been unlocked, granting New Game Plus. We're playing the Horizon team. Continue. So it's pretty much open world now. I get to go wherever I want, do whatever I want, and it's right before the end mission. So whatever I haven't done before the last ending, this is it, or the last mission. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. All right, I gotta go to work. I'll see you guys later.